What's going on, guys? Back at you with another YouTube video. Gonna try this again. But before I get into it, let me give a shout out. Shout out to Casino for Life. Welcome to HDII TV. Coffee Round Best Life. It's other sports channel. Name escapes me right now. Self Talk. Who did it this time? The Little Brothers. Scrub Zero. Season for the Windshield. Strictly no limit to my success. And on the sports side, shout out to my guys at Let's Talk Jets. My guys, uh, uh, my guy Brandon at the Hawks and my guy Seahawks Brandon Nelson. Shout out to my guy SP Talk Sports. And if you're looking for music, I'll also shout out to Lobo and Uncle Moore. And if you're looking for music, check out my guy Jay Graves. And if you're looking for a relationship podcast, check out my guy Jason and his wife on the Virology podcast, which I needed for this story time I'm about to get into. Now, let me be clear. This happened 15 years ago. I'm not saying anybody's name because we have all moved on in our lives. Thank God. But all the drama that happened to people in high school happened to me in middle school, including a little bit of me being a player and getting caught. Now, let's get into this. Now, I had just started middle school, 6th grade, at a new school where I didn't know anyone. My godparents, who were not my godparents at the time, talked the vice principal of the middle school to letting my class go to a baseball game to end the school year. So the woman who was my assistant, who later on became my godmother, calls me one night and says, "Hey, we have a handful of leftover tickets. I'm thinking of inviting a girl, the girl you had a crush on throughout elementary school. Are you okay with that?" At this time, I'm thinking with the wrong head, and I say yes. As soon as I hang up, I start panicking. But I think to myself, okay, I got 2 weeks to figure it out. 2 weeks to a just turning 11-year-old boy is basically goes by pretty quick, and I don't handle Jack. You know what? Jack and the Beanstalk-ish. So, yeah. So, it's the night of the game. I'm going with my family, including my mom, my dad, and my grandma. Yeah, all three of them are coming with me to this game and making sure I don't get into much trouble. While my godfather, who would later become a priest, is going on the bus, and the woman who would later become my godmother is picking up the girl who didn't go to the school. So I get to the game, all my classmates come up to me, all the girls give me hugs, all the guys give me daps. We go to our seats. I'm sitting up above them in the handicap section. They are sitting below me. where they can look up and see everything that happens. So I get there first, I hug everyone, I dab everyone up. Like I just said, I'm just making sure I say everything that happened this one fateful night. So the girl who I had a crush on during elementary school finally shows up with the woman who would later become my godmother. As soon as she comes out, everyone turns their head. The girl I had been talking to all year comes out, but she does not come up alone. She brings her friends, and basically it's the whole, all the girls of the 6th grade class staring down this one girl who didn't go to our school, who I knew from elementary school. And these girls come up to me and start touching me, start hugging me, start basically sticking their claim and giving this other girl dirty looks. So at this point, this other girl can let's just say she's very tough and can handle her own. And these other girls, I don't know them that well, so I am scared for them. So I pull them aside. I'm like, hey, stop mean mugging her. Be nice. She's a homegirl. Yada yada. Yada yada yada. I go back. I talk to her. Everyone, one of the girls, and even some of my homies are looking back, not even watching the game at this point. So at this point, the person who would become my godfather and a priest gets up from his seat, takes me, says hi to the girl, takes me out of my seat and says, "You're coming down with us, you're not spending all your time with her." I'm like, I whisper in his ear, "All right, thank you," because I see everyone mean mugging us like crazy. So he takes me down to see where he's sitting next to the assistant principal and her kids, and I think I accidentally hit the assistant principal. Thankfully, she knew it was accidental, so she didn't get that mad. And so it's nearing the end of the game. People have to get back on their bus to get back to the school and get home. Right, so at that point, everyone's leaving, going the other way. Me and the girl are sitting in our seats. I see no one around. I lean in for a kiss. The only people looking are my grandmother and my godmother. The girl kind of leans, like towards back, but then sees my grandmother and my godmother watching. Lets me give her a kiss on the cheek. So it was just a friendly kiss on the cheek. Looking back on that night, I struck out, but my 11-year-old self was like, I didn't strike out, I didn't hit a home run. I'd say that was a single and I can move on. Right? Wrong! Because little did I know, two of my homies had seen everything. And they went back and told everyone. And I mean everyone. Including the girl. The girl I liked. Not the girl I tried to kiss. The other one. And told all her friends. So the game happened on a Friday. Monday I show up at school. All the girls are giving me the coach or the teacher opens up the door to let all the students in. Uh, I stop her best friend. I'm like, okay, hold on. We're not, the two of us aren't going in before I talk to you. The teacher's like, what's going on? My godfriend saying, no, let him handle it. He's got something he has to figure out because they know what happened. But I don't know what happened. So my godfriend tell the teacher, these two need to talk. Let them talk. They'll be in 2 minutes. Thank God for my godparents. I will love them forever for this and other things. But I'll tell the other things in another story. Or maybe not. Depending on how well this one goes. We go to the end of the, I guess it would be an outside to the edge of the quad because my middle school had a quad. Why? I don't know. But anyway, that's sensible. I asked her, what's going on? How come your best friend isn't talking to me? And then the girls are talking to me. She's like, what did you do Friday? I'm like, what do you mean, what did I do Friday? And she's like, don't be stupid. We know you kissed your homegirl. At this point, I'm like, it's like somebody just slapped me in the face. I'm like, how do you know that? And then she says, one of your homies, I'm not saying who. Don't ask me who, I'm not saying who. But one of your homies told us, I can't remember, that they saw you kiss the girl. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, alright. Thank you, I'll make this right. I'm sorry. Like, you got nothing to apologize to me for, but I kind of liked her too, so I'm like, I know, but I'm just sorry. And she gave me a hug again. I was so thankfully there was an assembly that day, and on our way back, I pulled the girl over to the side. I'm like, look, I'm sorry you heard what happened. This was just a homegirl. Like, I got lost in my emotions. I apologize. I know you like me. I know I like you. Are we good? She's like, yeah, we're good. She let me give her a hug. I gave her a kiss on the cheek. I'm like, see, that's how she got too. She's like, shut up and let's get to class before we get in trouble. But me being the sly, no, for I am, I say, out of curiosity, just out of curiosity, who told you? And she told me it was one of my best friends. So I wait till lunch, where I am literally sitting outside our class near our lockers, because my middle school had lockers. Lockers that didn't work, but still lockers. So I'm waiting at the locker. This guy is the first one to get to the class, thankfully, and then two other people come with them. I'm like, come here, let me talk to you. So I pull him aside. I'm like, look, the girls found out I kissed this chick that doesn't go to her school. Any idea who told them? The answer he gave will make you fall out laughing. But at that point, I wanted to give him a very tight hug. Let me just leave it at that. This answer will amaze you. He says, and I quote, it was Santa Claus. At that point, I'm ready to hug him within an inch of his life. Hug him to the point where he can't breathe. Luckily, the teacher chooses that moment to open the door to his class, and he goes running in, and I am eating. And my godparents say, "You okay?" I'm like, "Give me a minute, I'll be good." Yeah, that's the story, folks. My first entanglement. It wasn't in high school. It wasn't in college. It was in middle school. So, hope you enjoyed the story time. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Leave a comment on what you would have done if you ever been in entanglement. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this story. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and if you're feeling generous, donate to the page using the Cash App at Seahawks Jose. And until the next one, God first, God bless, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and until the next one, I'm out. Peace.